And now for news from around the world. And meanwhile in Afghanistan, the Taliban are worried. Not about their ability to successfully run a government or what's gonna happen when they take half of their population and push them back into the shadows. No, they're worried about the fate of Andrew Tate. You weren't expecting this story to go in that direction, were you? Apparently, a former beauty queen who's been called Wifey by Tate claimed that she discussed his arrest and jailing with the actual Taliban. Tweeting, "We're hosting a Twitter space with the Afghan Taliban to discuss the detainment of Andrew Tate. They are worried about Andrew Tate and they're asking us if he's free yet. They say Westerners need Andrew Tate because we are oppressed by feminists." Sameera Khan, by the way, is that individual, describes herself as an anti-woke journalist. That is the entirety of what I know about her and any interest I have in learning more. But I do think it's interesting that we're being told to worry about the oppression by the feminists, by the Taliban, who has banned girls from education, most jobs and sports and public life, literally every form of freedom one can imagine. They're worried that we are in danger because Andrew Tate is alleged to have committed multiple rapes and human trafficking and all that. Mondale, this is like the Mad Libs of news. I don't know what to make of it. What do you think?
It's a Wizard of Oz. Do not pay attention to the man behind the curtain. We're talking about the Taliban, who literally are gonna kill women because they just passed a law saying women cannot work in nonprofits or they can't be in positions where they're men can't do certain medical procedures on women, and women can't work in these fields. So you're actually telling women that their health it's not even important. So, but they're worried about Andrew Tate. I mean, we are absolutely witnessing an extreme point. No one, we should have known when Taliban was going to take power, when we started negotiating with them, that this would be where they ended up. This is absolute. And people may not understand that there are rivalries inside the Taliban. You have multiple factions that are, some are extremely extreme. Some said that women could work, could go to school, but we see right now those in charge are, like you said, pushing half of the population back in time. It is absolutely disgusting that Andrew Tate is on their mind and not what's going to happen to women in that country.
Yeah, no, that's a great point, that it's not a monolith, that there is disagreement, but we do have to obviously deal with the ones that have the influence right now, are the ones who are exactly as they were, 25 years ago. They said they were gonna be different, they're not different. The experience looks pretty similar. And look, I don't know how much other, like any individual member of the Taliban is actually worried about Andrew Tate. I don't know how much anyone should be. Like, thankfully, look like there are gonna be some legal consequences for stuff. But generally, the men in societies across the world that just, they see their ability to be notable, to be powerful, to be influential is going to be built on a foundation of trying to restrain as many people as possible along gender lines, along sexuality lines, along religious lines, along racial lines. Is just utterly pathetic. It comes in different forms and it has different levels of influence in different societies, but male weakness is just dragging down humanity across the globe, and there needs to be some counterattack. Check out the Damage Report podcast each day, wherever you get your podcasts, whether Pocket Casts or Stitcher or iTunes. You can join me as I give you the news and stories you want, with a range of co-hosts and interview guests jumping in on the fun each day. Again, that's the Damage Report, wherever you get your podcasts. And if you get them at iTunes, don't forget to rate and review. Sometimes I'll read them live on the show.